Hey everybody, it's Party Elite here with the Realm of the Wood Elves. Looks like we've got quite a crowd already. Hello everybody, we should be live right now. Let me know if there are any issues, of course, as always, with volume or what you're seeing on screen, etc., etc. And of course, I want to check first that we are live, so chat, if you could please confirm. Hello, hello. The highs are telling me we are in fact live. Excellent. Party or Elite, either works for me. So does PE. Okay, so Realm of the Wood Elves coming out very soon. I have to thank Creative Assembly and the Total War team for giving me this early access so I can show it to you. It will be going private until release after the live stream, but I will be going live again tomorrow at a later time, just trying to cover all of you guys from the different time zones. So let's dive right into it. I know a lot of you guys want to see what the units look like and what their sort of stats and capabilities are. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I also want to point out, side note, Warherds of the Shadowgave. I don't know if this was mentioned, but this is actually a new sub-faction for the Beastmen. So that's interesting. I haven't really delved into this too much, so I'm not well-versed in this yet. Of course, I will be making some regular content that goes over all of the changes, all of the new sort of factors and whatnot, but today we're all about the Wood Elves, and the thinking is, right, we're going to start with doing an overview with this stuff, taking a look at all their abilities, look at the lores, the magic, we'll look at the Harpies, maybe, in a custom battle. I got a request for the Wardancers versus Demigryph Knights, so I'll do that really quickly, and then we'll dive into the mini-campaign. This will be a longer stream, and for VOD viewers, once the VOD goes live and it's available, I will have links in the description below. With all that said, let's dive into it, shall we? I think we should dive into it. All right. Okay, let's see here. So, first things first, we've got the Glade Lord. For a stalker and a duelist, faster and more precise within the forest. Okay, interesting. Duelist we already know, better on a 1v1. Just looking at the stats overall. I love this new sort of flag ticker they have to help you compare units. Durthu, obviously the only worthwhile lord, in my opinion. I will be playing as Durthu. Ancient Treeman is also an option. Okay, Glade Lord. Let's do this a little bit in an organized fashion here. We've got the Elven Steed, which helps health, speed, and charge bonus, of course. The Giant Eagle, nice. Lowers the melee attack and defense, actually. And with the reduction in air strength that we're seeing, I wonder how that'll affect this mount. And then, of course, the Forest Dragon, which I think is the first thing we're going to take into the field. Let's just compare what the Forest Dragon does. A lot more health, reduction in attack and defense in melee, a lot more speed, weapon strength is huge, and armor piercing. Okay, so that actually makes a huge difference to the Glade Lord to be on the Forest Dragon. Alright. They can also be Glade Ladies. Indeed, they can. So there's your female Glade Lord. Is there a difference? No, okay. There are differences, actually. Okay, so the Glade Lord, their abilities include... the male Glade Lord, the abilities include Call of the Woods, which is +8 melee attack within 30 meters of oneself. And then, of course, Foe Seeker and Deadly Onslaught, we're used to those. And your standard items. Now we've got the female Glade Lord, who everything else seems to be the same here. And abilities, this one's different. The Eye of Hurnus, 30 meters plus 12% missile damage. Interesting, interesting. And we've got the... Okay, so this is the Eye of Kurnos, this is the Arrow of Kurnos, which gives armor-piercing damage. Alright, so this is a magic missile. Excellent. And then we've got Prey of Anathrema, which is a Hex. 31 seconds, negative 22% missile resistance. Alright, so pretty clearly she is the missile god here. And this man, more into meleeing. Of course, he's a duelist. Now, the female Glade Lord is also a duelist. A little funny. But there you have it. She is a little bit pricier as well. I guess these abilities are a bit more unique. So that's interesting. Now, we've got Orion, of course. The man, the myth, the legend, Orion. Causes terror, anti-infantry. That's all well and good. Armor piercing. Wow, he's Huh. So he's actually really good from range and in melee. Interesting. The stream keeps freezing up. Are you guys able to, is it a matter of, let's see, resolution? I'll see what I can do here. I seem to have decent bit rate here. The health seems to be good here. It might be a local issue with the stream being a little funky. Try a hard refresh, which is annoying as a thing to say, but that should help. Yeah, a little refresh should be able to fix it, because I have a healthy upload, it looks like, and YouTube is telling me the stream is working well, so hopefully it stays working well. So right, we are with Orion now, causes terror, anti-infantry, armor-piercing missile damage as well, 116 armor-piercing on there, and 30 on just the regular damage. And the weapon strength is 180 regular, 310 armor-piercing. Wow, okay. Interesting. Now his abilities include Frenzy, Foe Seeker, which are sort of standards, we've seen them before. Hawk's Talon. Talon? Never pronounced that word right. It's bombardment for 5 seconds. Alright, large strike area. We'll see how worthwhile that is. Bombardment sometimes not really the most useful spell type. And Hounds of Orion, Vortex spell. We all know my thoughts on the Vortex spell. Not the best. We'll take him out for a spin, I think. I'm going to go with Treeman. I do love me some Treeman. Now, in terms of items, we've got the Cloak of Isha, which gives him, let's see, as long as his health is below 20%, his damage resistance goes up. Okay, interesting. And then we've got the Horn of the Wild Hunt. 29-second augment gives extra speed and charge bonus across the map. Okay, excellent. So if your glass cannons are diving into combat, then you pop that just to help them out a little bit. Alright, he is unbreakable as well. Causes fear, causes terror, as we've seen. Alright, Orion will be interesting, and he is a fair bit more expensive than the Glade Lords. But on to the Ancient Tree Man. Oh man, these are the guys I'm excited for. Spellcaster, Armored Forest Spirit. The spirits of Athel Loren are able to shrug off most mundane attacks, causing magical damage in turn, before melting into the forest from whence they came. Interesting. Charge defense against large, I should imagine. And let's see, 100 armor. Okay, so the difference between Durthu and the Ancient Treeman is pretty hefty, actually. And it's not such a big cost difference. So let's see, magical damage, well, magical attacks, of course. Let's take a look at some of these abilities here. Blessing of the Ancients. Improved power recharge rate. Oh, only works if you're in the forest. That's interesting. Okay. So you want to stay in the forest, and that'll help your power recharge rate. But the moment you step out, you're messed. Life Bloom. 10-second. Affects allies in range. Replenishes hit points of combatants. Okay, map-wide. Wait, recharges if casting. Interesting. Foe Seeker and Deadly Onslaught we've seen before. Now let's look at the spells here. What are we looking at? Is this the Lore of Life? Yes. So this is the Lore of Life. And again, we'll be diving into the lores a little bit more later as well. But let's see. We've got Awakening of the Wood. It's an explosion lasting for 12 seconds. Ground, 200 meters, 50-meter range, and it just reduces speed. Interesting. So that should cause a lot of disruption to enemy charges, which is extra great because, of course, when you're a glass cannon, you want to reduce that initial charge damage that's going to come into some of your units. So that's interesting. Then we've got Earth Blood. I lost my cursor there for a second. Earth Blood. Let's see. Augment, 14-second duration, 30-meter range, replenishes hit points of combatants. Interesting. And that is available for the Empire as well, so that will be very interesting. Alright, Flesh to Stone. Plus 30 armor for allies within a 200-meter range, but apparently, evidently it only affects the one ally. We've got Shield of Thorns, 22% missile damage, 20% missile resistance. Okay. Ground or ally, 45-meter effect range. Good, so you can cover like a whole flank or an entire advance with that. We've got Regrowth, replenishes hit points of combatants. Oh wow, okay, so we've got Regrowth, and we've also got Earthblood. Interesting. And you know, Earthblood actually has a really low cost to the Winds of Magic and a really short recharge timer. So that is interesting. And then we've also got the Dwellers Below, a direct damage spell. We'll see if this one starts off OP as well before they nerf it a little bit. Let's see, 15 seconds. You hit the ground, affects enemies in range at 30 meters. Severe damage to combatants, large explosion area. And anyone who makes contact with it gets a speed reduction for 3 seconds. Okay, interesting. That might be a very useful spell. Yeah, so I'm thinking Regrowth, the Dwellers Below, and Flesh to Stone. Depending on the engagements and who you're up against, these might be interesting. Of course, I will be doing a lore video on the new lores of Magic ASAP, so we'll get into some more detail as soon as I can test these things out a bit more. And these are standard scrolls, of course. Now, let's see. We've also got Durthu. The one, the only, he's the one. He? Does it count as a he? This is the guy, the tree that I'll be playing as for my grand campaign, for sure. Now, let's see. The stream, Kinshi, hope I'm saying that right, will be 2 hours, hopefully. Maybe a little bit longer. We'll find out together. But let's see. Thank you very much for the subscription, Curtis Sams. Thank you for joining us here. Now, let's see. Durthu, Spellcaster, of course. Armored, Forest Spirit as well, and Armor Piercing. All right, let's see the differences here. Quite hefty. So charge bonus, weapon strength, melee defense, melee attack, leadership, of course, and hit points. That is a huge upgrade in hit points from the other lords, so that's great. So you can definitely dive Durthu into melee combat. Now let's see, how does this split up? We've got 80 weapon damage, 350 armor piercing. That's going to be amazing. That's going to be amazing. All right, let's see. So in terms of the abilities, Ares, no, not a week off from work. Just a lot of all-nighters coming. Today is a day off from work, though. Let's see now. We've got Wild Heart here, increased power reserves. We don't have to be in the woods for it. Good. Blessing of the Ancients. This one increases our power recharge rate, and we do have to be in the woods for it. I really like that mechanic. Well, that's very interesting. See, we've got Frenzy, of course. Foe Seeker. Lamentation of Despair. I was hoping, Hiragun, that this one would be about ducks, but it kind of looks like a duck. Does that count? Let's see. Its magic missile causes armor-piercing damage, good from a high angle, etc., etc. 80-meter range, so it's pretty short-ranged. We'll see how accurate it is, because accuracy will be quite a big deal. Now, let's see. He causes fear and terror. He does have a fire weakness, yes, negative 40%, and I believe the Ancient Treeman does as well, negative 40%. There we go. So, just to confirm, the trees do have fire weaknesses. Now, what else have we got? Fear, terror, charge defense against large, hide in the forest. I mean, I should hope a tree can hide in the forest. That's hilarious. What else have we got? Wissen's Wild Form. Alright. Flock of Doom. The Amber Spear. Pan's Impenetrable Pelt. Curse of Anrair. A Hex, 39 seconds, 45-meter range, reduction in speed and accuracy. Interesting. Interesting. Transformation of Kadon, of course, spawns a Manticore. And these spawns now actually reduce... they lose health over time. And I just realized, I guess we can cast twice with Durthu here. Huh, interesting. Foe Seeker, of course. Now, right. The spells are all Lore of Beasts. Curse of Anrair. Okay. So these are all stuff we're familiar with. I believe... Why does this seem unfamiliar to me? But the Curse of Anrair, just because it seems... For some reason, I'm like blanking on this one. 39 seconds, 45 meters, negative 24% speed and accuracy. Interesting. Interesting. So you could hit artillery in your advance, but you could also hit cavalry charges and charges that are coming in just to reduce their effectiveness. Interesting. Interesting. And of course, Kadon. Now, the item we have is the Sword of Daith. Hope I'm saying that right. Direct damage lasts for 15 seconds. Damage to combatants. Strong versus multiple combatants. chance the opponent will resist damage. That's interesting. And causes negative 15 armor. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, thank you, Richard Wagner, for the subscription. Thank you for joining us here. Alright, so that's just the Lords. Let's take a look at some of these heroes. The Waystalker. Let's see here. So we've got Hawkish Precision. Yeah, Hawkish Precision, one of the abilities. 70 meter, plus 25% armor-piercing missile damage. Arrow of Kronos, we've seen that before, causes armor-piercing damage, magic missile. We have missile resistance, encourage, vanguard deployment, nice. Fire whilst moving, and snipe. So hidden while firing, that is going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely huge. We've got stalk as well. Wow, this guy's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, and of course the arrow we saw, Forest Stalker. Move faster and aim more precisely within the forest. Vanguard deployment, we already saw. Master Ambusher. Move whilst hidden in any terrain, firing in any direction, even whilst running. It's going to be insane. Cannot wait. Alright, let's see. In terms of stats, you definitely want to keep your Waystalker away from melee. I mean, if he gets into a melee situation, he'll have some lasting power with a melee defense of 42, but you'll want to pull him out so you can get his missile damage in there and the magical attacks as well from the ammo. A decent range of 160, so that's great range. Just make sure he doesn't get caught up in a melee situation, because that 40 armor, and that's pretty low health, so you'll have to be careful there. And in terms of items, we've got our standard hero items, of course. Branch Wraith is up next, with the lore of, I believe that's the lore of Shadows. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's see. Spellcaster, Forest Spirit, Damage Dealer. Okay. And Vanguard Deployment. What have we got here? Physical resistance of 20%, missile resistance of 15%, fire weakness, again, negative 40%. So it does look like, I think someone mentioned in chat earlier, it does look like the Dwarfs are going to have a field day with a little bit of fire now. Causes fear, encourage, great Vanguard, hide in the forest, as always, I should hope. Blessing of, okay, are these all, yeah, these are all here, excellent, so we'll go over those in a second. Statistically, you can dive into melee, ooh, the defense is really low. Interesting. The melee defense is really low, so I guess you have to be careful pulling the Branch Wraith out, maybe helping out with some spell cast to replenish health, and then diving back in, so that's interesting, surprisingly low. Could get picked off by some good lord management from your opponent. Let's see here, the abilities. We've got Blessing of the Ancients, improve power recharge rate when in the forest. I love that variable. Smoke and Mirrors, around self and allies in range, which is map-wide, gives you plus 6% speed. Call of the Woods, plus 8 melee attack, 30 meter range, and of course Foe Seeker. Spells, let's see, we've got Awakening of the Wood, Earth Blood, we've already seen these two. Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. Direct damage for 11 seconds. Target an enemy within 200 meters. And gives a negative 24% speed. Very low cost in Winds of Magic. Very low cooldown timer. I will change the word interesting up. Let's pop open a thesaurus here. Now we've got Shield of Thorns. A very fascinating name. How's that? Augment 20 seconds, ground and ally, 45 meter range, that's good. Helps with weapon damage and missile resistance. Alright, so again, if you're being... Oh, that's great, because if you're being picked off by enemy archers while in combat, you can just help yourself out in both of those situations. Again, low winds cost. High recharge rate, though, or recharge time. We've got a wind spell, the Penumbral Pendulum. Wind spell for 3 seconds. Magical damage, large effect area. We'll see if this is similar to some of the other wind spells we've seen. In fact, I think the only other wind spell we've seen, the Wind of Death. We'll see how hard this hits. And then we've got Withering. It's a Hex spell, 31-second duration. Negative 15 armor, negative 8 leadership. Okay. So, might be worthwhile against, for example, the Dwarves and Chaos as like a main pick. We'll see. Again, we are going to dive into the spells. Let's see. Disciple, try hitting refresh, and that should take you to the live moment in the stream. That'll help you catch up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hopefully you can lag just a couple of seconds behind instead. And the items we've got, of course, the regular scrolls, leeching, shielding, and power. Alright. Over to the Spellsinger with the Lore of Beasts. Now we've got some mounts here. We've got the Elven Steed. We've got the Unicorn. Can't wait to see these boys in action. And the Giant Eagle. So let's see. Again, helping the stats. Of course, not reducing melee attack. The Unicorn helps melee attack. I want to see that Unicorn stab people with the horn. The Giant Eagle, again, reduce... Okay, so the Giant Eagle... You really want to avoid melee combat if you're on the Giant Eagle. You don't want to get caught out by enemy flyers. That will go terribly. Now, to be fair, you don't really want to be caught out in combat with the Spellsingers either way. Not the best protected. On a Unicorn, they have better HP, so you have a bit more safety there, but you'll want to make sure they get out as quickly as possible. No, Wind of Death is actually a wind spell now. That it used to be a vortex spell, but it's a wind spell now. Unless they changed it again. So let's see. Yeah, you'll want to avoid the Giant Eagle if the enemy could have any flyer. I feel like any flying unit could take down the Giant Eagle, but of course you have a lot of archers, so that could balance out. Again, still need to test out all the mechanics, and I will be making videos about all that as soon as I can. We've got our usual sort of things going on here. Wild Heart, Blessing of the Ancients, and Arcane Conduit, which we're familiar with. Spells, the Lore of Beasts. I'm not going to spend too much time on these. Everything seems to be standard. It looks like I've just forgotten about the Curse of Anraer. But these are all standard Lore of Beast spells. And in terms of items, we've got our standard scrolls as well. Scroll of Leeching, Shielding, and Power. Legolas will be one of my archer units, I think, when I start my campaign. Now we've got our Spellsinger of Shadows. I'm going to go ahead and say these guys all have the same stats. They're just different magic, so we're not going to spend too much time digging into each and every one. Again, you'll want to avoid that Giant Eagle. Let's see the abilities. We've got Smoke and Mirrors. Seems that that's associated with the Lore of Shadows. Makes sense. And we've got the Lore of Shadows here. So again, Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, the Enfeebling Foe. Wow, negative 34 melee attack and negative 36 melee defense. That's an interesting hex. 24 seconds, that can make a huge difference. I will take a look at the Unicorn and the ability it provides. Yes, you bet. We've got the Pendulum again. We've got Withering again. Oakham's Mind Razor, plus 44% weapon damage, plus 44% armor piercing damage. That's huge for 32 seconds. 18 cost at the Winds of Magic, so that is quite expensive, and a whole minute before you can shoot it again. So interesting. Pit of Shades, Vortex, so most likely won't be seeing much use. 13 seconds, magical damage, the usual that goes with a Vortex. Alright, items. We've got our standard items there. Now, the Unicorn. What does it change here? So the Unicorn gives us an added magic resistance of 40% and causes fear. Seems to be the only change we have. Yeah, and of course the Giant Eagle also causes fear. Alright. And with the Spellsinger of Life, I assume everything is similar. Once again, Blessing of the Ancients, Life Bloom, Arcane Conduit, standard spells, the Lore of Life, and standard scroll for items. Stabby stabby, indeed. I wouldn't want to get stabbed by a Unicorn. Alright. I don't think we'll be seeing Regiments of Renown. I'd be surprised to see DLC for DLC. It'd be interesting. We've got a lot of... Bear with me here for a second. Did we double down there? No, we've got the Shift Shiver Shards and the regular Deepwood Scouts. Okay. Let's get you guys in here. Okay. Let's make this a little bit prettier to look at, so we're not just looking at menus. Though I can't hover over abilities and whatnot. These guys shouldn't have any. Sorry guys, just want to check. There we go. Think that's everything, and let's get Durthu in there. Actually, no. Alright, just for this, we'll get the Glaive Lord, on a Forest Dragon, because that looks sweet. The Empire. Oh, we've also got Arguelon. Okay, not actually looking to have a fight here. Let's just get Ungrim. Let's feature the dwarfs. All right. All right. This should be interesting. We've got a little bit of everything here. These guys don't have spells and abilities and whatnot that I need to go over. A couple of things, actually. Oof. That's... Just want to make sure we don't miss anything here. Alright, alright. The ability to hide while shooting will be very interesting. Oh, what's this? Guardians of the Wildwood. When the unit is not in the forest, this doesn't work, but +4 leadership and charge defense versus large when you're in the woods. Interesting. And this looks different. Woven Mist, +44% missile resistance, -20 melee defense. Alright, so if you see your opponent pop that, charge them. And is this the same? The Shadow's Coil, +20 melee defense, -20 melee attack. Okay, interesting. Alright, that seems to be all the stuff we haven't covered yet. There's a Shield of Thorns, we've seen that, and the Curse of Anrair. Oh man, okay. Alright, let's dive in. Let's take a look at these bad boys. Very excited. I don't know, I'd be very surprised if we get DLC for DLC. That just seems strange. Now again, just to let you guys know, I will be putting this up afterwards as a VOD. It will have links in the description below, but I can only do that after we've got what's the word I'm looking for here? After the game actually releases. So unfortunately, it will have to be off for a while, but it will be back on Thursday when the game releases. Alright, let's just line these beauties up. Let's take a look at them. Alright, so this is... We've already seen it a couple of times, the Forest Dragon, keeping an eye on me. Only a little creepy there. Alright. What are the chances that Ungrim will actually try to pick a fight? Let's see what we can do. Alright, so let's see, we've got over here, we've got the Forest Dragon. Of course, Forest Spirit, armor piercing, causes terror, scaly skin. So that helps with missile resistance. And let's see, pretty good stats overall. The weapon strength is great. 290 armor piercing, 160 weapon damage. Causes poison and magical attacks. Huh. Decent health. Yeah, the beasts actually follow your camera, usually, if you wait long enough. That's a nice charge bonus. We've got the 25% missile resistance as well, so this is actually pretty good. But you'll have to be careful. That is a low melee defense, so you want to make sure you're sort of cycle charging units here. Yeah, I know Ungrim is attacker. It's okay. By the time he gets here, I think we'll be able to hit him. All right, the Tree Man. Oh man, gorgeous! Look at that, just absolutely beautiful. I love the art in this game. All right, let's get back to business here. So the Tree Man Forest Spirit, armored. Charge defense against large foes? I should hope so. That's interesting. Because like when Demigryph Knights with Halberds come in, you'll have that charge defense against them even though they're anti-large. So, wonder how that balances out. Now, 100 armor, which is absolutely fantastic. Great leadership. Base value of 90, okay. 36 speed. Not the fastest, of course. Magical damage. Weapon strength of 500. 100 is armor piercing, so even though it's not listed as armor piercing, it can take care of some armored units. Now we've got charge bonus at 30, so not the best at charging, but it will stay in combat and do quite well. Won't break too easily. Alright, excellent. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, now we've got these guys here, the Treekin. Forest Spirit, armored and charge defense against large. Of course, makes sense as well. Decent armor as well. Good leadership. Speed, slow once more. Very low melee attack, but good melee defense. Interesting. So the armor piercing over here was 100. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, which is actually pretty significant despite not having that listed or marked. And the Treekin, their split will obviously be lower. It's a 10 armor piercing. So you don't want to use the Treekin against armored units, but you can use these guys to hold a line. That melee defense is actually really good. Low charge bonus, leadership's all right, low speed, but you can hold a line with the Treekin, which will be interesting to see. Now we've got our Great Eagle. Gandalf is not sitting atop it. again, just absolutely beautiful. Love the animations. All right, the Great Eagle gives us very low armor. Okay, Forest Spirit, very fast. Cool. Very low armor, however. Decent leadership. Yeah, very fast. We already determined that. Melee attack's okay. Melee defense is really low. Weapon strength of 390. 125 of that is armor piercing. So again, that's pretty good armor piercing damage. Good charge bonus and causes fear. So it's nice to have, I've always mentioned this, high speed fear and terror is absolutely great because you can sort of go up and down a line and break your foes. Ungrim is getting ever closer. Should have made him into a defender, but whatever. We're here now. Might just need to redo the battle. Oh man, did they bow because I got close? Oh no, okay, it's just an animation. I thought they were bow. Oh, okay, maybe they do bow because you get close. Nah, it's just an animation. Sorry, freaking out there for a second. Okay, Sisters of the Thorn, spellcaster. We've got Shield of Thorns and the Curse of Anrair. If the stream is freezing, just hit refresh, and that should take care of it for you. So let's see, we've got the spellcasters, right? Forest Stalker, okay, very fast, and Vanguard deployment. That'll be very interesting, especially considering, you know, Forest Stalker and whatnot. It'd be very interesting. Very low armor, extremely low armor. That's no joke. Missile damage does cause poison, which is good. Leadership's great. So the base is, I believe, 85. Yeah. Speed is great as well. Melee attack, melee defense, pretty low. Weapon strength is pretty low as well. How much of that is armor piercing? Only 10. Low charge bonus as well. Low range. So you'll have to be very careful with these guys. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, Ungrim. Why'd you do this? Alright. We'll probably have to restart this battle, but that's okay. See how many we can get done. Now we've got the Glade Riders, Hagbane Tips, so that's actually a variant. Let's go to the regular Glade Riders instead, as they fire into the distance. Forest Stalker, decent melee combatant. You know what? Ungrim, where are you? Let's get on Ungrim, so maybe at least he'll be interrupted. Alright, let's get back. Glade Riders, Forest Stalker, decent melee combatant, Vanguard deployment, excellent. Again, very low armor, very low melee attack and defense. Of course, they're missile cav. You'll want to keep them at a safe distance. Great range for missile cavalry. Absolutely great. Fire whilst moving, also amazing. And poison as well. Okay, this will be an interesting unit. I think we have a very viable missile cavalry unit here because, again, they're very fast. They've got great range. Magical damage from their ammunition. And they can move and shoot. Yeah, so fire whilst moving means they can move and shoot. Now we've got the Glade Riders with Hagbane Tips. What does Hagbane Tips do? Okay, so Hagbane Tips are magical damage and poison, and regular are not. Is that the only difference we've got? That is the only difference we've got, yeah. So these guys otherwise are the same. We've got poison attacks and magic damage as well. So there's that. Meanwhile, Ungrim currently duking it out with a dragon. Oh yeah. Shouldn't have come this far. Let's stop firing. Keep on Ungrim. I don't want him to die too soon. And let's move on to the Wild Riders here. Oh, their animation's beautiful as well, so we're going to have them running around a little bit and whatnot. Absolutely beautiful to watch. Sidestepping there. These guys, Wild Riders, they have Forest Stalker, Damage Dealer, Vanguard Deployment, and Frenzy, which is great, so you want to keep their leadership up. Low armor, relatively speaking. Leadership of 70, which is good. 85 speed. Melee attack is great. 41 actually is a great melee attack. 23 melee defense, so that's not ideal. You'll be cycle charging with them if anything. That looks to be the point here. Charge bonus of 50. So yeah, you'll want to dive in and out very quickly. Immune to psychology, which is great. Causes fear, physical resistance. We've seen frenzy, right? And then we've got the variant with shields, and the only difference seems to be the silver shields and the increased melee defense. I mean, and don't get me wrong, that does make a difference. But, yeah, the silver shields are actually quite quite a big difference. 55% shield blocking from firing in the front, so that's actually quite magnificent. Yeah, we're okay there. Now we've got the Wild Riders, or wait, no, we've got the Way Watchers. Why are you guys? Face forward. Alright, the Way Watchers, who are now turning the long way around. Forest Stalker. I believe someone asked what Forest Stalker does. So you move faster and have better accuracy when you're within the forest. And I will try and see if we can get... okay, you know what? We want some moving and shooting, so let's get some moving and shooting in here. I'm going to try and see if I can find out the numbers, actually, to see just how much of a difference Forest Stalker makes. You guys gonna go? You guys going? Okay. And shoot as well. I guess they have to open fire first, and only then will they move and shoot. Come on. Come on, boys. Okay, while they're doing that, we also have... Okay, these are the Deepwood Scouts. You know what? I'll look at that later. Way Watchers. Let's see. Sorry. Let's try and keep this somewhat organized. Great range again, 115. No, it's the Deepwood Scouts. Way Watchers. Alright. Range of 160. Even better. That's an amazing range. Missile damage is... What's the split here? 6 regular, 18 armor piercing, so that is pretty good. And we do have Hawkish Precision, which is a constant augment reminder. Plus 25% armor piercing missile damage. So that's great. Again, fire whilst moving, of course. Good leadership, low armor. I'm gonna do the run and shoot afterwards when we're done this kind of breakdown here. Again, for VOD watchers, want to keep it consistent and convenient. So you really don't want these guys stuck in melee combat. If they do get stuck in, they won't be slaughtered instantly with a decent melee defense, but you'll want to pull them out pretty much right away. And don't charge them into anything, evidently, because that will be completely pointless. All right. Interesting, interesting. A lot of ranged, as one can expect. Let's look at the regular Deepwood Scouts first, and then we'll look at the variant. So Deepwood Scouts, Forest Stalker, once again, of course, Vanguard Deployment, Master Ambusher. Can move whilst hidden in any terrain, firing in any direction, even whilst firing. So that is going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's see here. We've also got, let's see, low armor, alright leadership. I'm guessing that's 70? No, that's 68 leadership. Interesting. Decent speed, very low melee attack and melee defense. These guys, you don't want to get them stuck into combat. Now, the Way Watchers are better off for melee attack and melee defense. So, yeah. So, the Deepwood Scouts you want to be very careful with. You don't want them stuck in combat whatsoever. Good range, 140 is good. And decent melee damage as well. Now, their variant here, the Deepwood Scouts with the Swift Shiver Shards. Say that 5 times real fast. Swift Shiver Hey, my first battle is the Wood Elves. Lovely. Alright, let's rematch that. Sorry about that. I should have set him as a defender, but you know what? It's fine. I'll just pull my Wood Elves further back. Crossbows. I'm trying to remember the range on the crossbows. I believe the Rangers, the Dwarven Rangers, have a range of 160 as well. Alright. Let's pull all the way back. There we go. And we'll have the Dragon intercept Ungrim as well. Where were we?
Our bows are yours.
Deepwood Scouts with Swift Shiver Shards. Alright. So these guys, let's slow my camera down a little bit. Deepwood Scouts. Come on. So these guys have, let's see, Forest Stalker, Vanguard Deployment, Master Ambusher, of course, Swift Shiver Shards. So the difference here, the range is significantly reduced, but the missile damage is significantly increased. Okay, so that's the balancing act there. Now what's the split here? With the Swift Shiver Shards, the split is 14 and 4. Interesting. I'm wondering what the preference is going to be. The magical damage, the increased range, but the lower regular missile, or lower range. The lower range is the problem factor there. Okay, we'll see what balances out better. Again, once I've got some more testing in, we'll be able to actually do real-world advice. Right now, we're just taking a look at the stats and everything, of course. Now, let's see. We've got the Glade Guard here. Forest Stalker, good range, 160, absolutely. Low armor, of course. Leadership is very low, 60. Okay, I shouldn't say very low. 60 is decent leadership. But it can break pretty easily if they get hit hard. Low speed, very low melee attack and melee defense. Don't want these guys stuck in a fight. Weapon strength is terrible. Of course, they are ranged units. 160 range is amazing. These guys are going to be great at harass, but again, glass cannons. Glass cannons for sure. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Now we've got the Hagbane tips. The difference here is a little bit... I think the leadership is just being affected by proximity to the Lord, etc. Yep. So the main differences are the poison attacks and the magical damage, and then between the regular and the Starfire shafts, we've got fire damage, armor piercing, and magical damage. Huh, so that's actually significant. Let's see, you guys. How much is this armor piercing? The split is... Come on. 16 armor piercing. Wow. Wow, that's interesting. That is interesting. And yes, sorry, that is a good point. Swift Shiver Shards splits into 2 projectiles, as you can see listed here. So that should be, that'll be nice to watch as well. All right. Glade Guard, we are done these boys. Or boys? Are you guys Legolas or... Yeah. Yeah. All right. Wildwood Rangers. Oh boy. Okay, Forest Stalker, armor piercing, great. Anti-large, excellent. And damage dealer. All right. Decent armor. Decent armor. Good leadership, so that's good to see. Speed is all right. Melee attack, melee defense is really low, so you'll have to be careful here. As we've discussed already, glass cannon. I will probably do a battle, probably flub it and do terribly, but we will probably have a battle just to see everything in action here. Weapon strength, again, anti-large is great, and armor piercing. So how does this split up? 8 is the base, 24 armor piercing, 12 versus large. Okay. All right. And they also have Guardians of the Wildwood. So when they're in the forest, they get +4 to leadership. Interesting. Now we've got the Wardancers as well. So the regular Wardancers are sword infantry, and they give us, let's see, very low armor once again, decent leadership, good speed, good melee attack. Middling melee defense. Okay. Weapon strength of 40, which is good, but the armor piercing is only 8, and the charge bonus of 22. All right. They also have the Shadow's Coil, which gives +20 to melee defense, -20 to melee attack. So, depending on what they're up against, you'll have to flip this on or off. If they're in a precarious situation where they can't cause any damage anyway, you'll want to turn the Shadow's Coil on, probably, again, I'm guessing here, just to keep them alive for longer while you retreat them or something like that. It looks like they are made to sort of camp forests for the most part, so it'll be interesting to see, if that baiting actually works. Now, we've got, to be fair, Krelmar, I hope I'm saying that right. To be fair, if you're against large, you're always better off in the woods, so it's something that's kind of existed in the past already, so not the biggest unfortunate mechanic. Now let's see, the Wardancers with the Athrai Spear. Forest Stalker, anti-large, melee expert. Okay. Shadow Dances of Loek. Okay, sure. Perform many intricate swirling lethal dances in his name. Alright, I'm looking forward to seeing those. Again, low armor, of course. Decent leadership. Decent speed. Melee attacks. Good melee defense is great, actually. Alright. Weapon strength, how does this split up? 12 regular, 20 armor piercing, and bonus versus large is 23. I have seen a request to see these guys up against some Demigryph Knights, so we will be popping into that for a quick second. Charge bonus of 12. So yeah, you want to hold the line with these guys, protect your flanks, make sure any cavalry is being intercepted by these folks. How close are you, Ingram? You've got a ways to go. Oh, Dwarfs, I love that you're so slow. Alright, the Eternal Guard with Shield. Okay, so there's the regular Eternal Guard. Again, absolutely gorgeous to look at. Forest Stalker, we're used to that by now. Anti-large, charge defense against large. These guys have some armor for once, which is nice to see. Great leadership in, speaking relatively. Speed's all right. Melee attack is low. Melee defense is not that great either. Oh boy. So they're all glass cannon. Micromanagement is essential. I think everyone, in terms of the meta, I think Lore of Life will have to be everywhere. everyone will have to carry Lore of Life to keep these guys alive. Get good is a good tip. I will hopefully give something a bit more detailed. And this split is 15 versus large, 20 armor piercing, so that's great. Very interesting. Low charge bonus as well. And of course they do have the Eyes of Kronos, which gives them plus 12% missile damage. I believe that's within a range around them. We'll have to double check that again. But yeah, it looks like you'll have to have a lot of micromanagement. You'll need to make sure that you're getting people out of sticky situations and you're cycling, regenerating health, and really whittling down your enemies before they get to you. Like, really have to whittle them down before they get to you. Now, the Eternal Guard with shields, of course, for Stalker shielded, charge defense against large, and anti-large as well. So the shield is, I believe this is 55%. Yep. Decent armor, great leadership, 80 base. Speed's alright, melee attack, not very good, but they can hold a line. The melee defense is good, so they can hold a line. And the weapon strength split here is 4 regular, 20 armor piercing, 15 versus large. So that's a decent split. Decent split. Now, the Dryads, I think that's the last we've got to look at. Oh man, it's a horrifying face. Oh man. Sorry. So these guys are Forest Spirit, Damage Dealer, Vanguard Deployment, weak against armor. Good to keep that in mind. Their armor itself is also kind of low as well. Leadership is 65. Alright. Speed is okay. Melee attack has some magical damage to it. But again, melee attack, melee defense, kind of low. You really want to whittle down the enemy before the lines meet. I'll take a look at the Wardancers with spears in just a second again, just to see that ability I may have missed. Weapon strength 33, only 4 of that is armor piercing and charge bonus of 14. And again, remember, anything that is a tree gets fire weakness because they're made of wood. Now let's see, the Wardancers with spears. Sorry, it seems I did miss something. Right, so the Wardancers have the Shadow's Coil, whereas the Wardancers with spears have Woven Mist, which gives plus 44% missile resistance and negative 20 melee defense. So again, if they're in range and they're being attacked, you flip that on and you get it going. All right, that is, I believe, all of the units that we've got. Ooh. All right, you know what? Since we're firing now, can we also move back? All right, let's see if we can get this test working here. Oh, poor Ungrim. Guy's getting pinned down. Not firing. All right, we'll see. Oh no, we lost a Wild Rider. Okay, we'll get a battle going and then we'll see everything in action and probably play it more in slow-mo than anything else. Concede defeat here. Yeah, we'll quit. First defeat as a Wood Elf. It's unfortunate. So, wow, this is very different. Okay, so the plan, someone did request, there were a couple of requests and I'm going to try and keep on top of them. The first one I saw was actually from our Discord, which if you're not in, then Nightbot should be giving little prompts to join our Discord. Make sure you do that. Let's get the Giant Eagle in there. We wanted to see the Wardancers with spears. Let's also see the regular Wardancers against Demigryph Knights. So let's that around. Let's go with regular sized armies. Okay. Again, because I don't want anything sort of messing this up, let's turn off all the spells. No items, no abilities. I just want to see some Demigryph Knights with Halberds, because they're the more common thing you'll see in multiplayer, against some spears. And we'll just test them out just to see how it looks. And then we'll maybe have a huge battle just to see everything in action. How does that sound? Thank you, Ich bin nicht. Thank you very much. All right. So let's dive into this, see how this looks, and then we'll have a massive battle. We'll do that. That'll take us to roughly an hour, and then I'm thinking we start the mini-campaign. Let me know how that sounds to you guys. If we start the mini-campaign as Durthu, that should be good. Let's see. Do I have Morgor? I do have Morgor available to me as well, yes. I can't remember the commands I've set. Give me one quick second here, guys. Sorry about that. Just want to check something really quickly. Yeah, there we go. So I do have commands in the chat. This should... Come on. Come on. No? All right. You know what? If I'm going to type that out, I might as well do this. Oh, there we go. Nightbot just takes some time. Oh, Nightbot. So silly. All right. Okay, so first let's do the Wardancers against the Demigryph Knights. And then we'll concede and do the Wardancers with the spears. Alright. Let's get going. Okay, well, no charge defense there, evidently. Wow. Alright, let's see how that plays out. I mean, this is obviously going to go terribly. The Wardancers, the regular Wardancers do not have spears, so you can see they're already losing quite heftily. But let's see some of their dance moves. Can they kick it? Alright. Oof. I mean, they don't stand a chance, obviously. Say something. Me? Say something? Can you guys... Is the audio dead? Yeah, I didn't brace. They got wrecked, but I mean, they don't have charge defense either, because these are the regular Wardancers. We'll have the spears, and with them, I'll actually brace and prepare. All right, so that's that. I think that went as well as we expected. Of course, they're not going to stand up against large. So let's concede defeat and rematch that, and now we'll get the spears in there. Actually, they're fighting with two swords. They're actually fighting with two swords, so that's good to see. It's not just sort of a rehashed animation or anything. All right, now we're going to get the Wardancers with the spears, and this time I'm not going to ultra speed them. I'll be a bit more careful here.
With haste.
Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's pop back out. Alright, let's be careful here.
It will be done.
Well, when I say interesting, I don't mean like it's the best thing to use. I just mean interesting in terms of, well, you know, it's interesting as in it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I want to do a proper test, of course, of all the lores and everything, and I will be releasing lore videos about the lore of life and shadows next, or ASAP basically, and that will actually break down what is truly an interesting spell and which ones are not worth it. Alright, these guys are obviously going to try and spin around. I won't be able to actually do anything there. Well, the Wardancers with spears have charge defense against large. I might just charge in. Damn Demigryphs. Yeah, they're just going to keep spinning around me, so you know what? We're just going to let them charge in. Alright. Of course, they get a good hit in. So let's just see what happens with a side charge. Oh, man. That ravaged these lines, but can the Wardancers actually hold their own now? That is the question. Oh, wow. Loving these animations. Come on, give me something pretty. Everything is yellow. Everything is blonde here. The Demigryphs are blonde. The warriors are blonde. Everything is blonde. Nice. Really wonder how long it takes to animate one of these things. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The dance moves are real. These guys are throwing it down. Oh, damn, that's a good hit. Let's see, what's it looking like? So we are still losing. Now, the initial charge obviously did a lot of work here. Now, what happens if a giant eagle was to fly in from the rear? Let's just see what happens there. Ah, they are pulling back.
We will kill them all!
Oh, nice! That running swipe. Okay, sorry, we're going like full Naruto here. There we go. Need to get like the thing. theme song for Attack on Titan going or something, actually.
Ulrich wolves charge with us!
Oh, that eagle looks great as well. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Alright, so what do you guys want to... Hey, that actually destroyed the Demigryph Knights. Now, obviously, in a real battle situation, you wouldn't necessarily be able to do that, but... let's see here. Now, if you drop a regeneration spell over here next... You know what? That's actually quite impressive. The Demigryph Knights with Halberds took a lot of hurt from the Glade Lord on the Eagle. Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, I do have a question for stream. My original plan was to have a battle here just to see everything in action and then go into the mini-campaign. How does that sound to you guys? Or would you like me to jump into the mini-campaign instead right away? Let me know. Do the vampires get Lore of Shadows? When I watched the stream, there was mention of the Lore of Shadows coming to the vampires as well, but I haven't heard anything about it since. So, I'm a little curious about that. Alright, I've got some asks for battles, some asks for campaign. Okay, alright, I'll do a battle, and then we'll jump into the campaign. Battle can only last, what, 10 minutes? And I'll probably get completely destroyed, so it'll last maybe even shorter than that. And I'll be versus the Beastmen, so we can see the Harpies and stuff in action as well. Really quickly. No Pokemon, unfortunately. No Pokemon. Alright, let's continue here. A lot more of those slow-mo animations and whatnot to come. Don't worry about that. That will definitely happen, as it always does with my videos, when I produce them sort of more completely. Now, there was a call for looking at... Where are the Beastmen? Beastmen? Morgur the Shadowgave. This man here, let's just take a look, why not? Regeneration, alright. We are familiar with Foe Seeker as well. Apocalyptic Vision, 14 second, self, 45 meter range, plus 16 leadership, plus 34 melee attack. That's pretty insane, actually. That's solid. Then we've got the Spirit Essence of Chaos, right? Direct damage, 10-second duration, and it spawns a Chaos unit. We've heard about this, so that'll be... I'm curious to see how that works, especially because you can cast it twice. The items, we have the Stave of Ruinous Corruption. 10-second augment. Spawns Chaos Spawn. Alright, lots of Chaos Spawn. And you really don't want to use this guy in melee. He'll get destroyed pretty easily. Aura of Transmutation. Protects him from damage most of the time, but he's vulnerable whilst it charges. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I'll get into more detail about the Beastmen changes in a preset video. I don't want to spend too much time on them, but we do have the Harpies here. Let's just take a look at the Harpies real quick. Let's just see how these guys look, and then we'll dive into a proper battle. And I saw some calls for versus Dwarfs. Is that what we want to see, or perhaps something else? And you know what? Let's actually see if we can't get our Deepwood Scouts here. Actually, no, these guys don't do 360. Where's our... Do they Master Ambusher? Oh, right, they can. I wish they had a different icon there for easy, sort of quick recognition. Okay. Alright, we're just going to look at this really quickly, and then we'll have a battle. I hope that's okay with everybody. And as always, if you guys are enjoying this content, please do subscribe, drop a like, let me know. Plenty more of this to come, of course. I can't wait until this launches and we can all kind of sit down and play through the grand campaign, etc. together. For now, I'm going to see where the Harpies end up. Alright, let's just take a look at the Harpies first. Got them backlit there. What am I doing? What are you doing, party? Absolutely beautiful. Frightening. Terrifying. Alright, we've got the arrows coming in already. Let's see if we can't move and shoot. Moving and shooting. Moving and shooting. Yes, we are. I want to see this go down. There we go. Keep moving. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, they're coming down, though. Here they come. Alright, nice little swooping animation. Didn't seem to do too much charge damage there. In fact, we've got a dead Harpy in the middle right there. Whoa! Buddy. Buddy! Alright, let's pop back out. I just want to take a look at something really quickly. The Harpies... charge bonus is actually pretty low. That explains it. That explains it. And overall, they took a lot of damage from the missile fire, but obviously now that we've got fight on our hands, they're going to fall apart, as we've seen. Alright, let's dive into these Harpies. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, sorry, you wanted to keep the stats on? We can do that. Not a problem. Chase the eagle. Absolutely gorgeous. I know I say it multiple times, but I think the art team has done a great job here. I can't say it enough. Oh, yeah, shoot them down. Dive in there, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Slow-mo looks beautiful, but it makes me so impatient. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Again, I gave the alt attack, so we're going into melee. Dive in. Alright, let's see how that changes the battle. So a lot of damage done already, in fact. Oops. Got which one I had selected there. So a lot of damage done already. A lot of morale damage as well, which is great. So those Harpies are going to break now. Let's actually pull these guys into some safety. Let's try and be serious here. Now Morgur, I wonder what his play is going to be. Does he back out? Oh, that's great. So they shoot backwards as well, of course, while running. Let's get some of those shots off. Come on. Come on. We were just shooting. Of course they don't cooperate. Alright, well, let's dive into a battle, and then we can see everything in action. But, so we saw the Harpies. We saw the Spears versus the Demigryph Knights. That was interesting seeing the Eagle dive in. I wasn't actually expecting that, but now we're going to go with Durthu. Gonna have Durthu. Who are we up against? Shall we go up against the Dwarfs? I think that was the Dwarfs. Chaos. Let's do something a little bit historical here. The Dwarfs. This should be interesting. A lot of ranged. Not sure. Yeah, let's take it to the battlefield. I'm not worried about winning or losing this. I have minimal idea of how to approach the situation. So let's see. Let's get the Spell Singer of Life in there. Let's get her on a unicorn, or them on a unicorn. Her. Just to get a little bit of melee in there. We'll get some Dryads. Again, they can hold the line. Wait, we want armor piercing for sure. So the Eternal Guard with shield and the Eternal Guard. There is missile, of course. These are the Dwarfs. So we're going to go with the Eternal Guard with shield. Let's get 4 of these guys. And let's see, which one does armor piercing? Glade Guard. Deepwood. Way Watchers, 23. How does that split up again? Let's take a look. 14 of that is armor piercing versus 16. All right, so let's get the Starfire shafts here. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy there. And let's get some Wild Riders with shields. Again, we're up against a lot of ranged. We need something in the air as well. Definitely need something in the air, because those gyro bombers are going to cause trouble otherwise. Let's get a couple of eagles. There we go. That's better. And how about a tree man? Alright. Hagbane tips. I don't think I want to do that right now. Hawk Riders. I feel like we missed the Hawk Riders. So we're going to get them in here now. Alright. Sure. Why not? Terribly balanced, though. The game already tells us. But you know, I'm wondering how much I care about actually winning this battle. Not so much. What's stuff in the air? Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Is there a different map I want to do here? Give myself the advantage of woods, the Oak of Ages. I think we'll try out the Oak of Ages, why not? Let's take a look at this battle, see what we can do here, if anything. Could have leveled them up, could have done a lot of stuff, but let's see what we can do. Again, we might, I'm not, I know some of you guys are mentioning, like, why am I going hard, etc. I don't care about winning this. I just want to see how they feel, how they play. This is my first kind of play with them, so I want to just see what happens, what it's like. Winning comes later after I've had a chance to actually sit down and play with them properly. Again, as you saw with my unit or my army construction, I didn't really care for anything specific there either. So Durthu will want you in melee, of course, diving into the dwarves. They are on the defense. Spellsinger with life. Let's just take a look at the unicorn here. Beautiful. Ever so beautiful. Oh, she rides side saddle. Huh, that's funny. And then we actually missed the Hawk Riders, I feel like, when we did our little overview. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, these guys, armor piercing, very fast. Weapon strength, so they can dive into combat. Not very good melee defense, so you don't want to keep them in there. But 34 armor piercing damage, not bad. Not bad. Decent leadership, quick speed, melee attack. Okay, so if they get stuck in melee, it's not the worst. So I might actually use them to fend off the gyro bombers. We'll see. Again, I just want to see how this all looks. Look at that. It's amazing. I'm so glad we have a Warhammer Total War. I've wanted that ever since I played the first Total War game back when I was in, what, the 6th grade? Alright. Let's see here. See what we can do. You guys. Yeah, we'll poke and prod a little bit early on. They do have some artillery, so I want to have the eagles diving into the artillery nice and early, actually, just to cut it off. Alright. Actually, let's get you there, let's get you there. Let's hard group you guys. Yeah, alright, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Alright, wish me luck. We're about to start. Alright. Gyrocopters with brimstone guns. We do have the flame cannon there as well. You guys, let's group you up too. Let's see. Let's get on the iron drakes. Faster. Faster. Alright, those gyrocopters we should be able to take pretty easily. And need to be careful about those blasting charges. Get up there. Ah, that's actually an obstruction. No clue what to do here. Alright. How much damage can we actually do here? And if we can fire while moving, let's get on that. Let's get on these gyrocopters. Let's get these two to fall in. Actually, you onto the goblobber and you onto the flame cannon, because that is going to start hurting us. Let's get you onto these miners. Ooh. Bad map for display purposes. Alright, let's try and get these guys out. Wow. Yeah, okay, this was a bad choice of map for displaying anything. They didn't get their charges off, excellent. Good hit there. Dwarfs, of course, they fly. Oh yeah, we're dying. So again, it'll be interesting to see how to actually use these guys. Come on, go there. Because you don't want to actually charge into combat. Where are we? Where are we? Life. Let's help these guys out. Let's pull them back. Let's try and get another charge in there. So yeah, because again, you're better from a distance. You're a glass cannon, so I want to be careful about that. Let's get Eagle up in here. Flock Doom over here should help a little bit. Get the goblobber. Alright, let's charge forward. What's happening here? We've got the gyrocopters being taken care of by the eagle, which is good. Oh boy. Aha, full on death here for me. Dive into these guys. Get back up here. You guys, let's melee the gyrocopter just to keep it busy. Can't imagine we have much of a chance here. Let's magic missile in there. Alright. Let's see. Let's pull the eagle out. And where is our spell singer? I guess she dead. Alright. Get you guys in there. Let's try and focus down on these troll hammers. Get up here actually. You guys charge in there. Let's get a rear charge in there. Get here. Nice. Not so heavy. Okay, what's going on here? Let's drop another one of these. There we go. Dive you in there. Again, the ranged fire does a lot of work, but the fact that all the melee units are actually glass cannon can lead to my demise. Huh. 24. You know what? Let's try that. Just need one more. I'll be very surprised if I actually win this. Let's dive in there. Let's take care of them. Actually, let's get these troll hammers. Alright. Let's get you out. Diving in there. We're diving in here. Okay. Alright, we're still opening fire there. We've got you. Let's get you on the gyrocopter with the brimstone gun. We don't want to give it free reign. Pull back. It's going actually better than I expected. Let's get in there. Alright, you guys into the troll hammer. And where is our... Keep on that gyrocopter. Actually, the bolt there was causing some trouble too. Alright, crunching through. Getting from the rear there. From the rear there. I don't need to fire on that at all. Alright, these guys are breaking. Let's get onto the troll hammer actually. See a tree in combat here. Taking so much fire damage. Oh, beauty. Look at this thing. Yeah, I definitely charged in my my melee infantry too early. A little shocked by how much of an obstruction that hill kind of caused. Wasn't really counting on that. Eagle, let's get you in here. Why are you obstructed? Let's get surround on these guys. What's going on here? Let's pop this over here. If we hit anything in the way, that's perfectly fine. Get you up here as well. You guys, why are you all the way back there? Come on. You want to take part in this fun? Alright, we should be able to. These are actually Slayers and Longbeards, so you know what? Let's get fire on the Longbeards. Let's try and break them. Why are you guys in combat here? Get you guys up here just so you can open fire again. Ah, these guys are coming back. Keep them at bay. Let's get you guys up here. The Slayers are, as expected, causing me some trouble. You know what? Let's dive in. I think a good charge might actually do some work. Let's dive in there as well. Fire here, the Grumbling Bar, that's gonna work out for me. Alright, let's keep going. Pull out, and then let's dive in here. Damn Slayers. Damn Slayers. Alright. Ooh. This went about as well as I expected. Alright, into the troll hammers. We'll at least, I won't be able to intercept. Ah, there we go. That's the end of that. We put up an okay fight. The balance was definitely not for me. Valiant defeat, I'll take it. That went about as well as I would expect, and we are, yes, now going to jump into the mini-campaign. I was well outnumbered, but you know what? Hurt them pretty well. I sent my infantry in way too early. Again, I said it myself at the beginning, but then I didn't listen to my own self. You want to whittle them down with your ranged fire before you dive into combat. But as I play around with them a bit more, again, this is literally my first time sitting down with these guys, but as I play with them a bit more, I'll break them down, and we'll have some proper discussions about them. For now, we're shifting in to a campaign. The Season of Revelation. All right. So again, I just want to mention again, before we do dive into this, what's the words I'm looking for? What are the words I'm looking for? Right. So this will be a VOD. It'll be available as soon as I can make it available. Unfortunately, that's only after this goes live, after the game or the DLC is live. So I can't put the VOD up until afterwards. So the grand campaign will actually happen on Thursday later on. I might do another live stream tomorrow at a slightly later time, perhaps. Follow me on Twitter at _PartyElite to keep up to date with that. Or alternatively, of course, get in on my Discord where I update everybody and we chat about all kinds of things. But with that said, of course, if you're having a good time, please do drop a like. Consider subscribing. Quite a few of you have subscribed. Thank you very much for doing so. Hopefully you'll see plenty more of this content very soon. Now, enough of me yammering. The Wood Elves are, by their own reckoning, enjoying a period of relative calm. As life in the old world carries on apace, the Asrai are rarely troubled by it. Incursions by the foolhardy have been dealt with, dazzling defeats inflicted, stunning victories won, and the forest roots nourished with the blood of trespassing outsiders. Now something is coming back to terrorize the Athelloran's woodland glades. Something altogether more dangerous than mere greenskin raiders or Bretonnian treasure hunters. The entire forest must fight now, for its very existence is under the gravest threat. Prepare your kindred, for this is the Season of Revelation. All right. My Discord is... Wow, of course I would typo that. Nightbot will get you in a bit. Alright, let's see. The Wood Elves rarely emerging from the forest unless in its defense the Wood Elves have little interest in other races' affairs. Only the preservation of Athelloren matters to them. They will defend it to the last, led by Orion, their perennial king. Using the world routes beneath the forest to travel, elven armies emerge to surprise and defeat those who encroach upon Athelloren's woodland glades uninvited. We've got the Elven Council that we've seen. We've got, let's see, Amber, we've seen that as well. World routes to travel, missile-focused roster. Yeah, initial challenge is hard. Okay. And they will be a tougher faction to play because they are micro-intense, but again, if you're good with micro, then you'll be fine. I will put out, I think after I familiarize myself with them, I'll put out sort of a tip video on how to micro well in Total War games, because while that battle really wasn't a display of it because I'm too busy gushing over these units, micro is very important to a faction like this, so that is something I will be doing. Now, here's a question. I guess we'll be going as Arguelon. More than a forest, Athelloren is a living force whose spirit inhabits all its occupants. The treemen embody the forest, fighting fiercely to repel incursions into its peaceful glades. The last of the ancients, the mighty Durthu and his kin, live within the Wood Elf realm of Arguelon, the two races coming together to put foolish invaders to flight or certain death. Right, Gathering of the Ancients, Amber, World Roots, and Forest Spirit Focus unit roster, with a variety of monstrous creatures and hard-hitting melee units. Alright, I'm going to look at chat for a handful of seconds here, and I want you guys to tell me, Durthu or Orion, because my grand campaign will definitely be Durthu, but what do you want to see right now, Durthu or Orion? So, keeping an eye on chat for that information. Yeah, it should be interesting. I like Durthu because he's, well, he's a tree. So, you know. And I do like his complete hatred. Let's see, Orion. One Durthu, lots of Orion. Okay, it's looking like Orion. I've seen a couple of Durthus. What else? Okay, I think Orion is overpowering here. So we're gonna go with Orion for the mini campaign, and then we'll do Durthu for the Grand Campaign. Wow, that's a constant stream. All right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm planning on doing the tree later, so we'll do the tree later. We're planning on doing Durthu later, so we're going to start with the Wood Elves. We're going to go with Orion, and then again, Grand Campaign. Please join me on Thursday. Follow me on Twitter again, _PartyElite, or get in on my Discord. I'll let you know when I go live with the Grand Campaign with Durthu. But for now, let's just tuck away these overlays, and we'll watch the video clean. So let's just hide these away, and
I live to serve.
oh, well, we've got a bit more to read, right, of course. So let's bring these back. Let's see, Orion, the King in the Woods. Powerful melee and missile fighter, as we know. Powerful battle ability, Hounds of Orion. Let's play on hard, that way we can flip it up or down if we want to. Wild Hunt event, right? Upkeep and recruitment cost, negative 50% for Wild Rider units, that's cool. Leadership plus 10 during forest battles, and Elite Forest Spirit units cost Amber to recruit, so we have to keep an eye on Amber. Now let's see, Deepwood Scouts, Wild Riders, and Eternal Guard to start with. Okay. Go with hard, go with Orion. It's a beautiful little vignette. Alright, I'm gonna jump into it. You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? I need to hear if you're ready. Alright.
The Deepwood stirs. The chill winds of winter are past, and the season of war is here. The Azrae are hunters. And the forest is our home. Woe betide those foolish enough to threaten it. There have been sacrifices, but we are ready. He is ready. The wild hunt begins!
Okay, that was nice. I think most of you have probably seen that before, but very excited, very excited. All right, Tom, I'll catch you next time, I guess. Do enjoy it when you get it. But for now, we're going to dive into the Wild Hunt for a little bit. Oh, man. This is going to be interesting. All right, let's see our little intro video here.
Greetings, Orion, King in the Woods. You are sorely in need of you. Athelloren lies broken and in ruin. A sickness lies upon the forest, sapping its strength. With it, many great halls have fallen to darkness in your absence, and the once mighty Oak of Ages is now a bleak shadow of its former glory. Though you are born into fleeting life, Orion, through your strength, the forest will heal. This is the time of rebirth, for Ariel, for Kernus, and for Athelloren.
Okay. Whoa, scrolling down there for a quick second. Okay, let's get the overlays back. Thank you, buddy. I wonder if he'll be there for Durthu as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, if the stream is lagging, make sure you just do a quick refresh. That's just YouTube. I've got good health going up here, so that should be working. Now, as I was saying, I'm wondering if this guy will actually be there for Durthu as well, because doesn't Durthu just hate all races? So, curious. Okay, how they play. Bright as Ethel Lawrence beating Hearth, the Oak of Ages must reach its highest level. Use Amber to upgrade the Mighty Oak. If it is lost, you will immediately lose the campaign. Right. Produced each time a settlement is occupied, quest battle is completed, and whenever a military alliance is forged. Interesting. Occupying a major settlement will provide more Amber than through an alliance. What else can occupy any settlement? We already know that. Amber is consumed by buildings, technologies, and units. Having a negative supply will cause penalties. I assume it's like bankruptcy, and multiplayer campaigns only. Amber is not received from treaties with human factions. That just makes sense. All right. So I do want to mention again, we'll play as much of this as we can right now. I will be doing another live stream, most likely tomorrow. It will have to be at a different time, however. So again, I feel like I've said this 20 times now. Follow me on Twitter, _PartyElite, or get in on my Discord. I'll announce the time in both of those places, so you guys can dive in, and we'll continue this campaign wherever we leave it off today. Female lords in the Wood Elves. There is the Glaive Lord. There's a female Glaive Lord, yes. So you can play them on the standard campaign as well, correct? And that's actually what I'll be doing on Thursday. I'm starting a grand campaign with Durthu, and that will be going alongside my Vampire Counts campaign. Now, so Amber and money, two different things. Let's take a look at everything here. The Oak of Ages, 6 Amber to get it to the next step. What is its current garrison? A couple of Dryads, we've got the Way Watchers, a couple of Glade Guard, Wild Riders, a lot of Glade Riders, with Hagbane tips and a Treeman. Alright, interesting. Building Browser, obviously, is pretty straight up. Wow, that's a lot of Amber you're going to need ultimately. Okay, so obviously we want to battle this army first. Ruzizu Warmaker. What a name. King's Glade. What can we build here? Let's take a look at the building browser. Again, just kind of exploring these guys for now. Wow. It's quite the building browser. Okay, so of course we've got our settlement levels. Great Hall being the highest for the provincial capital. I assume those rules still apply, of course. Now let's see, we've got the Selathoy Gallery. That's our sort of melee sections going up to the Wildwood Rangers. These guys need the Asrai Forge as well. This is a massive building. All right, this is huge. Let's see, we've got a melee chain that goes up to level 3. We've got a ranged chain that goes up to level 4. I mean, it goes up to level 3, but you need a level 4 settlement for it. So if you want Way Watchers and a Way Stalker, which is one of the heroes, you'll want to make sure this goes in a provincial capital. Got it. Now we've got the Muster Stone for Cavalry, and that goes up to level 5, actually. So if you want Sisters of the Thorn, magical cavalry unit, you have to get this into your provincial capital as well, and it'll be quite a while before you can get them. Interesting. Let's see here. Haunted Groves for the Forest Spirit. Again, if you want to get far up. The Branch Wraith is here, so that's good at level 3, as well as the Treekin. But if you want an actual Tree Man, or Treeman, however you say that, again, you need to be at the provincial capital. It feels like capitals... Yeah, all the high-tier units, you have to have the provincial capital building the recruitment chain, which is interesting. Let's see, we've got... what else have we got? These guys, flying units. So this, again, if you want the Great Eagle, which, as we saw, is actually a pretty solid performer. So, again, provincial capital. Until then, you're with the Hawk Riders, also a good unit, actually. For the Forest Dragon, provincial capital, as can be expected. Meanwhile, we've got, let's see, the Roots of Giran. Alright, so this you can build anywhere because you'll get all your spell singers at the lowest level. However, if you want the hero capacity increase and the recruitment rank to go up, again, provincial capital, because they go up to level 4. Oh boy. Alright. Then we've got the Asrai Forge. Again, we need that for the Eternal Guard. And leveled up here, it gets us Wild Riders with shields and Wardancers with Asrai Spear. But why isn't that listed here? Where are... There we go, Wild Riders with shields and our Wardancers with Asrai Spear. So again, you need the Asrai Armory for that. Makes sense, which is up here. And that's level 3. So you can build that in a supporting city. Sorry, that word escaped me for a second there. Now the Boyar Workshop, Glade Guard with Starfire, and the Boyar's Vault, Deep with Scouts and Glade Riders. Again, you can build this anywhere, which is great. So some of these, okay, so more of these units now you can build kind of anywhere. This helps the garrison. So guard platform, and I imagine as you build it up, you'll get walls in all of your cities. Or actually, wait, you don't. I don't think you get, right, you don't get walls. Everything's a forest battle. Hawk Riders. Up here for the garrison. Alright, so there's your kind of defensive main structure. And these guys give melee defense when under siege, reload time reduction, ammunition. Interesting buffs to get from these buildings. Very interesting buffs. Melee defense, which is great, considering you're all glass cannons. Ammo and reload time reduction. Okay. Grove of Loek provides a garrison of Wardancers. Enemy hero action success chance reduction as well. And the Shrine of Loek gives you Wardancers with Asrai Spears as the garrison as well. Okay. Lots of building. Lots of building. Trapper's Den for growth. Plus 30 casualty replenishment rate as well. I wonder if this is just because of the, this is unique. Because it does give us furs as well. We'll have to check. Grapevines. Wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Vineyard, and then, of course, the winery. Great economy building there, but of course we care more for amber. Craftsman tree, pottery, okay, public order plus 2. Again, I'm thinking that's because of the place we're in. Vinter's Barrel House, wine, more income from grapevines, excellent, more of the same. Temple of Aerith Kial unlocks technology. Aerith Kial, the Pale Queen, not my strongest lore, unfortunately. Yeah, not my strongest lore. And Temple of Kurnos gives us Kurnos the Hunter as a technology. Also movement range and Winds of Power reserves. All right, Wardancer Feast Halls. It's like my jaw is starting to get tired from talking about these buildings. Wardancer Feast Halls gives us plus 2 for Wardancer faction wide. That's amazing. Also opens up an Elven Council position. Starlight Forge gives us another position. Construction cost reduction as well, faction wide. Research rate, nice. Another council position, and recruitment cost, excellent. All armies and another council position. Oof, tired. Took a lot of energy to go through that. All right. So do we want to upgrade this? We get Wardancers. We have plenty of money. So you know what? Let's well, I'll want that in Talith Air actually because it only goes up to level 3. So we might swap that out. So I'm not going to upgrade that actually. You guys, so many options. We want access to Spell Singers right away. The Spell Singer of Life is extremely helpful. Or do we want to open up some of these technologies and whatnot? Let's see. So Morai Heg the Crone, Isha the Mother, Trickster. Oh boy. These cost Amber as well. These higher tier ones cost Amber as well. And there we go. Some buildings required here. So this gives movement range and hero recruitment rank for branch wraiths. And this gives us casualty replenishment rate plus 20%. That's huge. It's huge. Okay. Well, this is the only option we have for tech. So let's go with that. Now, construction-wise, let's see. Shall we get ourselves... Well, there's a long way to go before we have access to those techs, so that's fine. The extra money is nice. 800 extra is huge. We do want that in the capital to go all the way. Or... Let's get ourselves a guard platform. Garrison's okay, but I'll want to level it up. Going to play very, very cautiously. So I think we're going to get the guard platform. Everything else is alright. Oh boy. It's going to be hard picking and choosing. So guard platform it is for now. Hopefully we'll get to upgrade soon enough. Population surplus of 2. It'll take some time. Alright. Orion. We'll recruit some units first, and then we'll dive in. Okay, so units just cost money. Global recruitment is available if we're in camp stance. And what are our stances, actually? Let's see. We've got the forced march, we've got ambush, we've got raiding. In camp, immune to attrition, gives us leadership and melee defense bonuses, okay. And use world roots, of course, which is like the underway, etc. So, that's that.
You have orders?
Let's see. Blade guard. What do we have? We have... Let's do that. A little bit more ranged and some melee to hold the lines. Got Wild Riders. Orion is the Lord, of course. So we'll recruit, and then next turn we should be able to attack Ruizu Warmaker and take Tal et Air. Okay. Alright. Just gonna take a peek at the offices here. Right, okay, I do have some open. Need to get some lords for it, though. Sorry, before I end the turn. Do not lose the Oak of Ages and win the Silver Spire battle. Alright, and get the Oak of Ages to thriving status. Long way away. I can't attack yet because I'm recruiting, so I'm going to wait a turn and then attack them next turn. Let's go. Alright. Never a fan of the first Rome. I think it's the first time I've heard that.
I live to serve Ariel.
I've been a big fan of, I think, all the Total War games. Rome 2 on launch wasn't perfect, but they definitely fixed it up. That's for sure. That's for sure. Ah!
Setting forth.
Yeah, we just
Destroy.
in the woods. Alright, let's just take a look at what the battlefield's gonna be. I say we fight this, so we get to watch it, right? I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, first battle, we can use the woods, be all... Yeah, let's fight this. Let's take this to the battlefield. It'll be fun. Oh boy, thank you guys very much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to try and keep more of an eye on the chat as well as we go on. Probably do this like I did the Beastman campaign, which is to say fail within the first, hour or so, because I'm impatient, horribly impatient. But yeah, again, I will be continuing the live stream tomorrow. It will be at a different time, of course, or rather not of course, but unfortunately. Hopefully most of you can join me again, but we will continue this campaign wherever it ends up, or maybe we just do a bunch of battles. We'll see what you guys are interested in. That's how we'll approach it. Now, I do want Wild Riders over here, just as my eyes. They're actually probably in the trees. Well, put you guys up in here. Let's see, Eternal Guard. To get familiar with all these unit names. Alright. Start to learn what they actually do and what they're worth. Let's line you guys up. Ooh, come on. There we go. All hidden. Everybody is hidden. Excellent. Excellent. King in the woods, indeed. Alright. First battle. Let's hope we don't ruin this horribly. Again, dealing with a very different kind of army here, but I can't imagine that'll happen. Alright. Alright. So yeah, my Wood Elf lore is not my best, to be frank. It's not my strongest. I do know Durklu is the hater of all things that aren't trees. But apart from that, Wood Elves are not my strength. So if there are any questions about lore, I'm sure there's plenty of people who know much more about them in the chat than I do, so feel free to answer and ask. It's always nice to have an informative chat. Alright, you guys. Peaceful walk in the woods today. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright. Where is the rest of their... Might poke out there. You know what, everybody just run. I don't think I have the patience. As people who frequent my channel will know, I can get very impatient, and that is in fact what cost me my my Beastman campaign. Where are these guys? Interesting. Turning off fire at will and getting into guard mode as well. Alright, what's going on? Let's push forward a little bit more. Interesting. seeing anything. Alright, these guys are giving chase. There we go. Wow, I had to get really close for that. Keep coming. Keep coming. Alright. Taking a little bit of hurt there, but hopefully these cavalry will come in. Let's poke out. Getting more hurt than I'd like to. And let's open fire. That just hit the ground. Great. Alright. Yeah, I didn't really take care of them too much. What is going on? Fire on the herd. Again, just need to familiarize myself with these units and whatnot, and also be less giddy about playing here. Alright, you guys. Wow, these guys are really fast. Not working out for me. Yeah, I treated those guys very poorly. Sent them too far out. Orion. Let's get you in there. Come on. Let's pop a vortex. Let's peel back into these herds. These guys will be fine. Into the raiders. Be able to fire here. Come on. Let's turn on fire at will now. Alright. Full surround there. These guys... let's keep them alive. Let's not lose them. We might actually withdraw them. Get out. Leave. Alright. Let's get these guys in here instead. Ryan, focus here. These guys should be taken care of. Alright. Shouldn't be much of a problem. I just wish I handled them a little bit better, but you know what? So be it. As long as they get away and I can heal them. Said withdraw. Alright. Chase these guys down so they're not able to get their range fire off. This guy should be taken care of. Alright. Dive in here. And let's pop a bombardment over there. See what we can do there. Okay. I'm not sure which drag movement you're talking about. Yeah, see, that's why I don't like bombardment. It's kind of pointless. But if you select a unit, alt-click and drag, you can tell them where to go. And then if you hold control, you can actually rotate as well. And then you let go of the mouse button, and then they follow that order. Alright, what's happening here? Orion, you're okay. You guys are okay. You guys are okay. Alright. Thought I said withdraw. I mean, you're fine now, you don't need to. Just keep you safe. Chase these guys down. Get these guys. And let's just quickly step into this view here. Oh, they don't charge like Naruto. Oh, that's too bad. Alright, dive in. He's gonna die. Huh. Pay attention. Alright. Those guys are really fast. Maybe they just feel faster than they actually are. Okay, what's going on? We're almost done here? Dive in there, buddy. Get you guys out of there. Alright. That should be that. Okay. My best fight? No, far from it. But that's what happens when I'm so impatient. You need to get that in check, really. It's not what a good general is about at all. Alright. Come on, just gotta off him and we're good. Oh, of course. Should be it. Should be it. Just... wow. There we go. Kind of got tired in the end there. Plus victory. Okay. Yeah, I need to get used to not diving in there with my with my melee. Yeah, I sent those cavalry around the long way. That was a terrible, terrible move. But that's fine. Let's see. Release captives for some money, or kill them, or plus for leadership for 1 turn. Let's get some money in here. All right. Now, how does this work? I guess I have to wait until next turn. Oh, okay. I was wondering why it didn't let me click. Okay, I've got the Shrieking Blade. Excellent. Killed Ruzu Warmaker. Okay, interesting. And let's see what we've got here. Yeah, I killed many of my own units there. That wasn't a good fight, but I'm not, again, not too concerned about this. The mini-campaign I'm doing a little bit of. It's the grand campaign when I sit down and get serious. What do we have here? Fleet Finger, reload time reduction, which obviously makes a huge difference. Piercing shot, missile damage +3, bottomless quiver. Okay, okay. Endurance of the Oak gives us more hit points. Impenetrable bark, +10 armor, +5 melee defense, +5 melee attack. +10 to weapon strength. Alright. +12% missile damage. +8 melee attack. And this, of course, is your standard kind of campaign increase. Ooh. That's nice, but that's so far away. Let's see. +12% missile damage. In fact, I think the Total War games need, or not all of them, but this one specifically, needs the option to kill, to tell your troops to ignore friendly fire and shoot anyway. That's what I'd like to see. That's what I'd like to see. So, like, you could choose to be an evil commander. Alright, we're going to end the turn. We're going to pop back into the Air and replenish. Unless we can... No, we can't. Oh. Right, I need to take it. So we'll end the turn, flip over. Yeah, not the best.
Walls are secure once more, Orion. But the larger question still remains. Who is to blame for the damage done? Mayhap our neighbors, the Bretonnians? Or the ever-festering orcs from the mountains? Whoever is responsible, we must push forth from the forests to seize their lands in retribution.
Okay. I mean, we'll definitely do that. But for now. Tal Air 4,609. Let's take it. We'll colonize. It'll cost us quite a bit. Oh, it's a strange way of putting it. Because this is what it'll cost me, but this is what I will gain. So that's a little weird, but colonize.
My will is yours.
Province secured. Excellent. Can't do any commandments or anything. Alright, and do we build this up? Let's get a corpse. I will need the money in King's Glade as soon as possible, because obviously conquering these trash territories is expensive. Oh, damn. This army. Alright. Let's see. Blade Guard. Eternal Guard. Alright. Okay. Orion's name, I guess it does sound Irish. The wider map, you mean this here? That is the full map for the for this mini campaign. So you start here and go as far as you want. That's Musilian right there, Duchy of Gisoru, Axebite Pass, Grey Mountains, just to give you a sense of where we're sitting right now. There's Carcassonne. A lot of people who I have a lot of hate for ever since my Vampire Count campaign has been going how it's been going. Alright, so we're definitely going to wait for this army to replenish, and then I guess we push forward. I mean, it's kind of poking and prodding. What's going on here? Sithrall. So we're standing with the people around us. Nobody really likes us. Improving, improving. That's friendly, cool. Improving. Okay. I mean, Modron looks like the obvious next target. Now that's improving as well. Woodrioth, also improving. I will have to go to war with somebody, but for now we're going to wait until this army kind of repairs itself. Oh yeah, we're definitely waiting for the army to replenish. Warherd of the Shadow Gave. Obliterated. There's nothing left apart from the echoing laughter of thirsting gods. Again, I still wish they just changed those up. Say a couple of different things every once in a while. So we've got extremely heavy on the range. Let's add a little bit more. Wish I could get the Astrite Forge.
You have orders?
Money is going to be a problem. We'll have... Yeah, I think we'll have to go with a less than full army for starters. Huh. Should have gone with the gold over here, but life of regrets. Who knows, maybe I'll restart this campaign tomorrow. I imagine we'll unlock something after the end of this campaign. I'd be surprised if we don't. Moriah Heg the Crone, right, ward save 10%, leadership +5. Alright. Vol the Maker gives us +5% income from all buildings, or Ellen Hill, Lord of Destruction. Reduction in recruitment cost, bonus for charge bonus. We don't really have any of those units just yet. Vol the Maker. Been complaining about money anyway, so we'll go with that. Yeah, we'll, whew. This may have been a mistake. But, lesson learned. What can we do here? Anything for money? I need 2,000 and I can build the grapevines here. Alright.
Lord of the Asriel.
We'll have that money soon enough. Oh yeah, I should actually...
Riotous beastmen have been spotted near our borders, my lord, doubtless intent on spreading their chaotic brutality. They are surely responsible for defiling our halls. It is what they live for. They appear now leaderless, but still single-mindedly bent on a vision of pure destruction. The threat they pose is ever increasing. Do not underestimate them. They are the enemy of all civilization. You must confront these ravenous beasts and put them to rout.
Okay. Sure. Hey, I absolutely agree. More funds are required to let us prosper. Well, thank you very much. Great dark spot here. Okay. So, with that... Yeah, the barracks I can destroy here. We've discussed before. And also, I just want to mention, yeah, I should definitely skirmish more. I'll probably restart this campaign, to be frank, tomorrow when I sit down again with the live stream. I'm just too, I'm always too eager the first go-around. Again, anyone who's been following me for a while, they will remember my Beastmen campaign, where, again, my hunger is what resulted in some losses. So, you know what? Maybe Kingsglade, we destroy this. For now, though, I could just build the grapevines here as well. What else could I possibly want to build here? Growth and replenishment rate is helpful. So the barracks could go to Teleth Air, because that is, or like the, what's it called? The Selathoy Gallery, because that only goes up to level 3. Yeah. Let's trash this, give us another 1,200. We'll upgrade that later. Over here, we'll get the gallery 2,000, 1478.
King in the woods.
Yeah, sure. Take us a couple turns, it's fine. Hey, Sun Tzu. There are quite a few of you watching. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Hopefully you're having a good time, despite the sort of cack-up of a battle we just had, but so be it. Alright, let's see. We can already upgrade you. Let's get our money flowing here. Grapevines, 800. We can take it all the way up to 1,200 eventually. Okay. Who knew it'd be so expensive?
I live to serve Ares.
So let's see. We want to go hunting after... Well, they seem to have disappeared. That's fair. But there are some beastmen here that I want to go hunting after. So we'll be dealing with that soon enough. We're fully replenished here almost. Just a couple of these units need to go. And who do we want to fight next? Like, I feel like I just need to have an explosive expansion here. Can I...
This is Athel-Loren, home of the Oak of Ages and the Azrael.
Okay. So if they join, obviously if they join Confederation, they'll give me Amber. I don't think anybody is going to be willing to accept that
You have
just
been
yet.
granted safe passage.
Yeah.
For now.
Trade agreement. Plus 53, I can, it's good money. Money's good. Yeah, cool. Cool, that sounds good to me. Maybe we can actually confederate some of these guys. What else? Who else likes me? You guys. Torgovan.
The woods of Athelloren welcome you. Deliver your message.
Military access, so I can get through to Carcassonne. Should be okay. No. Alright, I might have to just destroy them then. Right? Right? Might have to just destroy them. Alright. One more turn to patch these guys up. Do we want to recruit anything else? It's really expensive. As we've seen.
Glade Lord.
We should be fine. We'll check as we venture forth.
In my halls, the words of the faithless seldom make it past their lips.
Alright, defensive alliance, and they want to give me money. Even traders can have their uses. We should talk. Hey, man. Learn to be nice. Strength rank 6 only. Alright, sure. Defensive alliance sounds good to me. I'll take some of your money. Hopefully we can start confederating some of these guys. Alright.
I thirst for the hunt.
Do we push forward? There's no other... Oh, there is a ruined city here, so maybe we claim that first. We get farther with a forced march.
Wills it.
So let's get doing that, and then we'll have to replenish again. Alright. Alright, alright. How much is that going to cost me?
Ready
Let's
to
find out.
serve.
Tal Eth Air. Should we build you up right now? 1,500 means I have no money. But then I could build the wine, the grapevines here as well. Let's get going. Let's get it going.
Lord of the forest.
All that money went away so quickly. All that money.
God King.
Alright, of course we have a river, but that's where we can use the world roots. Let's
Choice.
pop over here. Tal Julfinel. Never going to be able to pronounce these. Crag Halls of Findal. That one's easier. Alright. 6. Okay.
You may speak your honeyed words, but I will see the lie concealed within.
Jeez. Military access from Atilwith? Yeah, sounds good to me.
In my halls, the words of the faithless
Hey,
seldom make
these guys
it
like me.
past their lips.
Who knew? Okay, good. I was worried they're just declare war. Alright, trade agreement sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Okay, the Dreaming Wood, a young glade lord full of hope and naivete, wishes to journey into the Dreaming Wood to recover a lost artifact. Headstrong and confident, perhaps to the point of arrogance, the Dreaming Wood is a twisted domain ruled by the Prince of Pleasure, Slanesh. To enter is to dance with the chaos god of madness and desire. Most who enter never return, claimed body and soul by the forces of ruin. Yet this glade lord seems self-assured. Do you allow them to recover this item or forbid their journey? Interesting. Sword of Anti-Heroes. Plus 5 melee attack, plus 5% weapon strength, and the Sword of Anti-Heroes ability, which gives plus 16% splash attack power, plus 20% weapon damage, and plus 18% armor piercing damage. Yeah, naivety? I'm not out of words, man. Words. It's like me saying baleful brazier all the time. Sword of Anti-Heroes. You know what? A little bit of chaos corruption. We can take it. There we go. Erotic burrito with a name like that. You should love Slanesh. Yeah, chaos corruption will help the beastmen, but you know what? Let's play around with it. See what happens. Alright, Shrieking Blade. Instead of that, let's get the Sword of Anti-Heroes, otherwise that was a complete waste. Does make a big difference. So, let's pop that on. We'll take a turn.
I thirst
And
for the hunt.
oh wow, 2,438. Everything will be extremely expensive. Everything will be extremely expensive. Okay, onwards. Build a wall, keep out the beastmen refugees. Don't sweat it, that's what being great hedonist is all about. Damn right. Alright, excellent income boost, that's nice. Man, it's an expensive army I've got floating around. King's Glade, let's see. Do we upgrade this over here so we have a better defense? We've got some friendlies back here. I can't imagine that being a problem. It's Taleth Air that I'm worried about. Those beastmen were somewhere here. So, hey, you guys can't start a riot. There you go, I said it. No rioting. Alright. Alright, do I want to get the forest walls in here? It's risky to just leave it open like that. I'll consider it. We'll think about it there. But for now, let's see. Can we... I forget the number. We can. 2438. Super expensive, but... I'll take it. 930 only. Alright. That's better than it was before. Still take a long time for that to replenish. And we have leveled up as well. Alright, so we got the Eye of Kurnos last time. Rain of Spines. Reload time reduction. Alright. Bolt of the Forest. Missile damage increase. Nature's Quiver. More ammunition. Or Shifting Winds. Extra speed. Interesting. Interesting. More missile damage is always nice. Call of the Woods gives us more melee attack. I'm trying to think about my... Okay, well, I just noticed this. Assyrians command missile damage plus 5%. All forces faction-wide. We only have the one so far, but compared to plus 3, plus 5, and then any other armies I have as well, so bam. Gonna go with that. Now, we have reached the 2-hour mark, so... And my voice, I don't know if you guys can tell, is starting to completely stop working. And I was going to only live stream for 2 hours here. I think this is where I'm going to have to call it a session. The question is, so tomorrow I plan on live streaming again. So make sure you get on Discord and Twitter. I'm _PartyElite, and Discord. Let's get Nightbot to get that for you guys again. Bam, there you go. So join me on Discord, follow me on Twitter, whatever you prefer, or just keep an eye on my channel, however you'd like to do it. But I'm planning on streaming again tomorrow. It will be at a different time, however, and we'll either continue this mini campaign, or we'll start it over. Or maybe we do a first look at the Durthu one. We'll see which way to go. Hopefully you guys had a good time today. I see a lot of you have subscribed. It seems like quite a few of you are watching, which I absolutely love, of course. So thank you very much for all that. And I'm sorry. Looks like we're gonna have a ride on our hands. No, don't unsub. Then you won't be able to watch it tomorrow. But again, thank you very much for joining me. The Wood Elves are looking absolutely fascinating. I'm so excited. Can't wait till they're all out. Just a reminder, if you guys participated in my giveaway, those have been announced. So both on Patreon as well as on YouTube. I've picked out the winners, so you'll be getting a free copy. Again, a total of 10, 5 each. But yeah, until next time. And again, we'll discuss then. Maybe we start with some battles, or we start with a new mini campaign. You know what? One more battle. One more battle sounds like a good idea. The autosave will take care of us. This always happens to me. One more battle. Custom battle. Who do we want to be up against? Dwarfs again? Who are we fighting? Who are we fighting, guys? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Who are we fighting? Here are all of our options. No promises on a victory, of course. I think everyone who follows me knows, like, even when I'm starting to say my goodbyes, you should just stay for a little bit longer, because this is probably going to happen. Most likely it's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So 6 p.m. EST. I'll put up an event, and that way you'll be able to see... a countdown no matter where you are. Vampires, Beastmen, Vampires, Beastmen, Empire... Pretty varied. Morgur is available as a general, so I'm just going to answer that question really quickly. Morgur is available as a general. I guess we're going to go with Empire. I saw a lot of Empire. Feels close, Empire and Beastmen, so let's try the Empire out. Let's see what we can do here. Ooh, boy. Again, wouldn't be surprised if this is a loss. Completely unfamiliar with these units, but again, at least we get to see things in action. So let's try... Shall we get a Glade Lord? A Forest Dragon? Sounds cool, right? Plus melee down... Ah, no. I want Durthu. So what do they got? Yeah, let's get Durthu in there. I'm just a big fan of the tree folk. Let's get the Branch Wraith, and we've got quite a few spells in here. Reduction in speed, wind. We'll check out the wind spell as well. We'll see what it does. Negative 15 armor. That'll be helpful. Ah, what am I doing here? We're just here to see the fight go down. They have a lot of range. Not too much range. So let's save some money there, I think. Alright. Let's get some Dryads as well. That's even how you say that word. Wildwood Rangers. Wardancers with the Spears. For the Demigryph Knights with Halberds and the Knights of the Blazing Sun. And that's actually a lot more infantry than makes sense for the Wood Elves, I would say. Alright, and now for my ranged contingents. Starfire Shafts. We want the armor piercing. What else have we got? The Way Watchers. Sure, with that price tag, they must be good, right? Let's see. Wild Riders, do we want Wild Riders here? Vanguard Deployment, Damage Dealer, Forest Stalker. Do cause fear. So expensive. So very expensive. And we'll get some Great Eagles. They were actually quite helpful, so let's axe one of these Wardancers. And... do you want another one of these, or do we want more Deepwood Scouts? The extra range is nice. You know what, the poison damage could make a huge difference, so let's, again, not being particularly careful with this. Ho 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 ho. There we go. And we can actually get one more, so there's going to be a lot of arrows flying, I guess. Or do we want another Eternal Guard? Let's get another Eternal Guard. So you have something in front line. Again, balance is not in my favor, whatever. This isn't, winning, losing, doesn't matter. I just want something beautiful to happen here. Let's change the map, because again, there was a huge obstruction in that one, so let's get a different map here. Come on. That one, that's a very interesting looking map. Alright, Skymark Reaches. Void of Hellfen, no, we've seen that before. Skymark Reaches. Why not? Seems reasonable. Sure. And let's just pop that. Who else is? These guys have relatively low leadership. Alright, one of you has to drop. There we go. Okay, sure. Let's dive into this. So again, I will be live streaming again tomorrow. Hopefully you guys can all join for that. It should be fun. Probably restart that mini campaign, maybe do some more battles. We'll keep it random. Probably have it go for 2 hours, and then somebody will ask for something, and I'll say, yeah, sure, and we'll make it 2.5 hours or something instead. But for now, this is the final stretch of today's live stream. Alright. Huge hill. Massive hill. I wonder if we can actually take the hill before the enemy can. We are fast, so we will try. Alright, where is all our ranged? You guys... over here. Alright, we're gonna try some stuff here. Get the Wardancers back here. Get them on our flanks. Eagles. Let's get you both over here. We'll take a peek and see what's going on. Actually, you guys. Don't think I want to... Can't really hide anywhere to get a rear charge or anything. So we'll just support our fronts when they eventually hit. Alright. And you. I gotta learn your spells as well. See what does what. I think that's an explosion. Alright, well, we'll figure that out. Alright. Alright. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Tear these guys apart. We've got Hammer of the Witches and the Mortar, so we'll want to take care of those as quickly as possible. The Flagellants are always frustrating. I hate units that are unbreakable. Alright. You guys. Let's do that. Let's see, we've got some Outriders with grenade launchers. Mortar is opening fire. Alright, let's dive in. See what we can do. Guys will probably pull back, pop some grenade shots off. We'll see. We shall see. It's a range just short. Get everyone into guard mode. Got fire at will open, that's fine. Alright, we should start getting some hits off. Alright, let's dive in. Let's take care of those guys.
Wardancers!
Whoa. Went on the ground there. That's not what I meant. Yeah, see, that should break pretty easily. This should break pretty easily. We've got... Wow. That ranged fire, though. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, you three. Focusing here. Let's get this direct damage spell going. On Sigmar's Sons, because they're unbreakable. Alright, let's get our eagles out, I think. Let's get them out, let's get them out, alright. You guys open fire on the Flagellants. Let's get the Dryads up in here. Get on the Demigryph Knights. Let's get you coming in. Let's get up there. Where is our other eagle? Come on, take to the air. Ooh, that mortar actually survived quite well. Let's try to get down on the Flagellants. Come on, come on, get out of there. Get out of there, buddy. Let's dive into the Flagellants. No, let's keep on the Hammer of the Witches. Get you into the Flagellants. The Halberds. Wardancers might not actually make it. Let's get a dive in there. You guys go down to help against those Demigryph Knights. What do we got here? Oh, these poor guys. But they like the pain, so whatever, they don't mind. Alright. Didn't really fly in with full force this time, which is obviously working a lot better. Get these guys up in the air. Let's actually try and get around and behind. Okay. Let's see what this explosion looks like, if we can get it off anywhere worthwhile. Sure, let's pop it here. See what the explosion does. Ah, wow, it's a very small area of effect. Okay, that's good to know. Also, if we got Shield of Thorns, reduction in armor. Pop that here. You guys, that should work out. Durka, let's get you in on some combat, buddy. That's what you do best. Let's get rid of these guys in here. These guys back here. Gotta get out of there. Let's chase these guys down, chase these guys down. Come on. Wasn't paying attention back there, but that's okay. We're fine. Let's open some shots on these Knights of the Blazing Sun. Let's chase them down. Let's try and keep them in place. They're retreating. That's fine. These Demigryph Knights, getting some good hits in. Flock of Doom. Pop that over here if we can. There we go. Open fire on these archers. Let's take care of them, and let's get an eagle in on this action. Let's get you down on these guys. Let's try and kill them. Okay. Alright. What's happening here? Damn Flagellants. Let's dive you in there. Come on. Pull you guys back. Let's get in on the Knights of the Blazing Sun there, and let's get you over here. Okay, Eagle, get out. And fire on these Knights of the Blazing Sun. Let's get in on these Demigryph Knights. Let's get a good hit here. Come on, give me something nice to look at. There we go. Oh, wow. That was a good hit. Wow, those guns.
Ever ready.
Get Eagle in there. What's going on? Chase them down. Let's hit them. Come on. Get around the forest there. Do we have a clear shot? Not really. Get the Eagle in there. Cut that fire off, and then that'll help a lot. What's our situation? Let's open fire on these bullets there, and let's get you down here as well. Alright. Got another hit here. Again, the Demigryph Knights, I'm very curious to see how this balances out. The Wardancers with the spears versus the Demigryph Knights. We're most likely to see them with Halberds, as always. Collector. Actually, let's get on the handgunners.
Withdraw.
What are we doing here? Right. Beauty. Beauty. The handgunners should take a lot of damage. Wow. Alright. Let's focus on the Demigryph Knights instead now. What's going on up here? Okay, for the most part. I don't want a reduction in melee defense, of course. You. Do we have a clear shot now? We will once we move up. That's getting some shots off, so let's get the Eagle up in there because the handgunners are now retreating. Alright. Get that going. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of these Demigryph Knights, come on. No, those aren't the Demigryph Knights, those are. Let's get the Eagle on these archers. We're still able to open fire here. Let's hit them. Squeeze them down. One of you guys focus on these Demigryph Knights. How many of these guys are actually obstructed? Dorthu. Come on, buddy. Get in on the Arc Lector. And let's get you on these Halberdiers real quick. Branch Wraith. Keep him alive for longer. He is on a horse and he's just roaming around, it looks like. Yeah. Alright, we've hurt most of the enemy army. Should be pretty well taken care of. Alright, yeah, Dorthu is using his Gerthu. I like that. Alright. Let's chase them down. Actually, let's keep chasing these guys down. I don't want them to turn around and open fire. You guys are obstructed. Get you out of that. Right. Damn flagellants. Let's see how that works out. I didn't mistime that yet. Yeah, I mistimed that. Oh well. What's it looking like? Let's turn off guard mode so we continue to chase where possible. Alright. Alright. Come on. Thought I said chase them down. Arc Lector is almost dead as well. Alright. Going. Okay. Alright. Alright. So that should be relatively conclusive. I'll keep doing through here. Let's pop another magic missile. That should be relatively conclusive. Who knows? It could all go sideways. Yeah, see, don't know if magic missiles are still just as inaccurate as always. Buddy, are you serious? Get lost. Let's get you guys out of there. But yeah, I guess with that battle, we're going to call it a day as soon as it is over. Of course, the Wood Elves seem to be quite interesting, and once I familiarize myself with them, I will be able to give you guys more legitimate and helpful tips about about how to use these guys effectively. Because again, that's what my channel is about. That's what my whole kind of MO is. I want to study these things, and I want to give details on how exactly to use all these units, all these magical lores, etc., and obviously make it look beautiful while we're at it. So for all of you guys who've joined me, once again, thank you very much for joining. It is absolutely a pleasure. Hopefully you'll be there tomorrow as well. Just a reminder in case somebody new joined, make sure you are following me on Twitter, _PartyElite, or you're on our Discord. On either of those places, I will tell you when and where I will be presenting and live streaming once more. No more battles. 2.5 hours. My voice is shot, and obviously I want to make sure I can do another 2 hours tomorrow. Would you guys rather have 30 minutes now or 2 hours tomorrow? Something to think about. Do you want to see only battles, or do you want to see a campaign? I'll leave it up to you guys. But again, thank you very much for joining me. Look forward to the release of the Wood Elves. It's happening in just 2 days. And hopefully by then I'll have a better review on all of these units, exactly how to use them, those lores of magic, and exactly the best way to implement them on the battlefield. Because as always, that is what being a great general is about. Thank you guys once again for joining me. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, etc., the usual. Have yourselves a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Again, keep an eye out for the stream times. Cheers, and again, thanks for joining me.